Achan was stoned. Joshua 7:26, for stealing the gold and silver from the spoils of Jericho. Hosea shows that the story of Achan was prophetic and had a future fulfillment. It was connected to the time of Israel's trouble, when they were to be cast out of the land by God's judgment. The door of hope was Israel's restoration to God, and this was based in part on the Noahic covenant God made with every living creature in the 9th chapter of Genesis. Hence, we read in Hosea 2:18, "In that day I will also make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, the birds of the sky, and the creeping things of the ground, and I will abolish the bow, the sword, and war from the land, and will make them lie down in safety." If this is the case, then we see the Achan doctrine as an anti-restoration teaching. The second Joshua, Jesus, will come with Urim and Thummim and will identify this troubling doctrine. And when he does, the people will go to that tent and find the stolen silver and gold, and bring all things to the feet of Joshua. God has purposed to be all in all, one core. 15:28, and no man can withstand it. Romans 9:9.
Amen, boy. God has purposed to be all in all. Amen, and no man can withstand it.
19. The exclusive and narrow view of salvation, the Achan of today, will be identified and destroyed by the revelation of truth.
Amen.
The solution to Achan in the valley of Acre will also be a door of hope to the whole world.
To the whole
All
world.
the treasures of the earth will be brought to Joshua and be restored to God's storehouse.
Amen.
The restoration of the iron axe head, the prophet Elisha, was the head of a school of prophets in ancient Israel. Elisha was the successor to Elijah. He had asked for, and received, the double portion of the Spirit that had been upon Elijah. 2 Kings 2:9. As a consequence, whereas there are 8 miracles recorded and attributed to Elijah, there are 16 attributed to Elisha. 8 is the number.
Okay, I did not realize that. As a consequence, whereas there are 8 miracles recorded and attributed to Elijah, there are 16 attributed to Elisha. Did not know that.
Number of new beginnings, but 16 is the number of love. Elijah prepared the way for Elisha, even as John prepared the way for Jesus to establish a new beginning in the earth.
Amen.
Yet the way is prepared so that the love of God to be extended in the salvation of all men. One of Elisha's miracles was to restore an iron axe head that had been lost in the Jordan River. The story is found in 2 Kings 6:1-7. Now the sons of the prophets said to Elisha, "Behold now, the place before you where we are living is too limited for us. 2, please let us go to the Jordan, and each of us take from there a beam, and let us make a place there for ourselves where we may live." So he said, "Go." 3 Then one said, "Please be willing to go with your servants." And he answered, "I shall go." 4 So he went with them, and when they came to the Jordan, they cut down trees. 5 But as one was felling a beam, the axe head fell into the water, and he cried out and said, "Alas, my master, for it was borrowed." 6 Then the man of God said, "Where did it fall?" And when he showed him the place, he cut off a stick, and threw it in there, and made the iron float. 7 And he said, "Take it up for yourself." So he put out his hand and took it. I believe the iron in this story represents not only the Iron Kingdom of Rome, but by extension the entire Babylonian succession of empires. Even as the iron axe had cut down trees, so also the Roman Empire subdued many nations. Nations are often symbolized by trees in the scriptures. One of the trees that Rome subdued was the nation of Judah. But out of that tree came forth a branch, Jesus Christ, who would be cast into the Jordan River, death, in order to restore the iron, the kingdoms of this world.
Amen.
The kingdoms of this world are devoted to destruction, even as the iron axe head fell into the Jordan River. But they are saved by Jesus Christ, represented in the story by Elisha, a type of Christ. He saves them by applying the wooden branch, or tree, to the river. This signifies the cross, with Jesus' death being applied to the waters, which represent peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. Revelation 17:15 says, 15. The waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. This brief story of Elisha is a beautiful picture of the restoration of all things and the subduing of all nations under the kingdom of Jesus Christ. In that it is miracle 12 out of the 16 that Elisha performed. It deals with the establishment of divine government in the earth.
Amen. Amen. A beautiful picture of the restoration of all things.